for our team that's out there. I'll tell you a little bit about my background first of all. I grew up in Detroit, Michigan, very youngest of 6 kids, very middle class upbringing. No lawyers in my family, anything like that, but I was a good student, so I went to, as any great kid in the state of Michigan would go, they went to the University of Michigan, of course. Go Blue. And then I was doing well, so I decided to go to law school. And when I graduated law school, I kind of followed the crowd and just interviewed and got the highest paying job I could with one of the biggest law firms in the world. And I moved to Cleveland, and I with this firm called Baker Hostetler. Love the firm, love the people, love the institution, hated practicing law. But I stuck it out just like you would have, and after 7 years there I made partner. So I was 31 when I made partner, I had a 6-figure income, but I got everything I didn't want out of my life. I was miserable every day. I used to call it my Sunday night feeling, because on Sunday nights I was sick to my stomach about the work week. But after a while, my Sunday night feeling became a 7-day-a-week, 24-hour-a-day feeling. But I didn't know what to do. I felt trapped, I wasn't interviewing, I wasn't looking, and then out of the blue, some guy 2 years after I made partner left a message on my voicemail saying he was a recruiter with Primerica. I said, okay, I'm excited about that, because I didn't know any recruiters other than law firm recruiters. I didn't want to do that anymore. So I almost didn't go to the meeting, but I ended up going to the meeting at the Cleveland Zoo. An opportunity meeting, and the shout out here goes to Jerry Beyer, because at that point he was already making, Jerry's already making 60, 70, 80,000 a month, and he drove 3 hours to Cleveland to the zoo to do a corporate overview. There were 3 people at the overview, but I was one of them, so it worked out okay for Jerry. But it definitely worked out okay for me. So I was so excited I quit my job. I gave notice about 2 weeks later, gave 2 months notice, and went full time. And after I went full time, it took me 10 months to become a vice president. It's just been an amazing career change. We've got 20 RVPs with a goal to have 20 more in the next couple of years. We're not done yet, we're just getting started. It's an exciting time. And if Michigan can win the national championship, we can promote a ton of vice presidents. So so let's talk about Equitable for a second. So 5 years ago when this product was introduced to us, I got excited about it because it made total sense to me. Because I heard Tony talk about scared money. People have scared money. They want to invest, but they also are worried about losing money. So what this product does, it was 5 years ago in 2018 when we first got it, and it allows people to invest in the S&P price. For most of my clients are an S&P price return index, but they have downside protection. So this is an amazing product for people because they look at that market trend, and if you look at that market trend, it goes up and down, and you might hit a downward trend. So the clients are worried about that, but with this product, they don't need to be worried about it. Okay, so if you look at the next page, Kevin showed you the lines, but basically there's only 2 moving parts. There's a cap, and the caps are really high. Right now for the 15% dual direction, which I'm gonna show you here, the cap is 120%, meaning the next 6 years, if someone puts $1 million, they could go up to 2.2 million in this. The buffer is the only other moving part. That's a 15% buffer. So with this, the way the dual direction works, if it goes up, you get all the upside to the cap, but the caps are really high, so it's almost a non-factor. And the downside with the dual direction, between 0 and 15%, instead of not losing money, you get the plus side. So if it goes down 12, which is unlikely in the next 6 years, you would get plus 12 instead. So it's an amazing thing. You get to tell your clients certain things. So if you look at this, if you look on the right side, it says the largest 6-year loss in the S&P 500 index dating back to 1980 was negative 15.04. That only happened one time in like 432 6-year periods. And so in all the other periods, you would have made money, and in that one time, if you had the unluckiest client ever, they would have lost 0.04%. So 99.8% of the time they make money, and they're not likely to lose any money. So it's an amazing story, but you also get to tell people certain things. You get to tell people certain things with this product that allow you not only the net negative 15.04, at the bottom where it says negative 15% segment buffer, you've got 99.8% of the time they make money. So it's an amazing product, and you get to say certain things. I'm going to show you on this next page some of the things that we can say that Kevin has to couch a little, but basically they're all true because it allows you to differentiate yourself with the client. Because what are clients sometimes worried about? Sometimes, price is an issue only in the absence of value, correct? But sometimes clients are worried about the fees, they're worried about sales charges, they're worried about this, they're worried about that. And with this product, not for 100% of their portfolio, but for a big portion of their portfolio that they don't need to touch for 6 years, you get to tell people you can get S&P 500 price return index market returns with no fees, no sales charges, no riders, and no expenses. And I can tell you this, clients like no fees, no sales charges, no expenses, and they like it all. No riders, there's no complexity, it's an annuity, but it's an annuity in name only. Because most annuities can be expensive, they can be worth it, but they can be expensive, and many annuities can be complicated. So this is neither expensive or complicated. So it differentiates you in the marketplace, and if you're talking to people, you're going to have so much success with this product. I encourage you to talk to your Equitable wholesaler. Now, it's not just Equitable. Lincoln has a great product. Bright House has a great product. But I've just done a lot of Equitable. We've got a personal, probably 11 million assets under management with Equitable. In this product, in the base shop, we have probably 20 million. In our hierarchy, we have 40 to 50 million. But the one thing I would guarantee you this is that 90+% of those clients came from recruiting someone, recruiting and field training someone, or a result of recruiting someone. Everything great comes from recruiting and field training and licensing and promoting people. And that includes securities volume. So don't miss the boat with this. This is about recruiting, field training, licensing, and promoting people. I'll leave you with this. My favorite, I went to school with Jim Harbaugh. He's an acquaintance of mine. And my favorite thing that he says is this. He says, approach every day with an enthusiasm unknown to mankind. Approach every day with an enthusiasm unknown to mankind. And if you do that, you're going to be successful in life, you're going to be successful in Primerica. And the other thing he says is this, and it applies to not only to Michigan, but it applies to Primerica. And that's this. Who's got it better than us? Nobody. See you at the top.